Two things I need to say before we start getting into this video. One, 2 times in the last 5 minutes I've hit record on this video and my camera has died because apparently I'm incapable of organising batteries into piles of dead, need charging, and yeah, you can use these because they have been charged recently. Second thing, what do you think about being a little bit wider than normal? Normally we're quite close in, but I thought, why not switch it up? New year, you know, get some more stuff in. You got a lens up here, we got the old, I don't even know what this is, but it needs cleaning up. It's been a work in progress for about 1.5 years, but not a work in progress because I've done no work on it because it's never been in shot, so I've never had to worry about it. But if we like this, then I might fix it up. Don't know. And number 3, welcome back. It's been a minute, you know, Christmas, New Year, kind of time just disappears. I didn't even realise we're 2 weeks into January already and I haven't even done a video. But that kind of ties in with the topic of today's video. I know it's the new year, we're supposed to have like a fun video to get kicked straight back into it, but I think the video we're going to do today is going to be sort of topical on recent times. As you might know, the UK is back in lockdown, which fucking sucks. And myself, along with loads of other guys that I know that are in the creative field, self-employed photographers, videographers, anything else that's self-employed, small businesses in general, we are suffering hard this time. It's like the first 2 lockdowns we had were bad, and like we managed to get through it and we managed to survive with it because everyone was kind of like, all right, we still just got to keep plowing through and keep getting work done and we've got to keep our businesses running. But now this time they've kind of nailed it down. The government are giving no help to anyone that's not in like a full-time job, like a normal job, or unless they're working in like some sort of big corporation. So small businesses are suffering and we're struggling to keep work coming in. And it's turned into this like vicious circle, which is zapping creativity, completely killing motivation, and I think a lot of people are starting to burn themselves out. I, for one, am feeling very burnt out at the moment. So I'm going to try and explain that little vicious circle that I was on about. So this end of the spectrum, you've got work, and this end, you've got sort of like what you like doing when you're not at work, all your fun, personal, creative projects. And then in the middle, we've got the little people that are like me, running around going, oh no, we're in lockdown again, what are we going to do? So, work. We're in lockdown, so work has gone, nothing. And then no work means that money has also gone, which means that these little people, they have stress levels, and no money to pay your bills means that your stress levels go whoop. They get big old stress levels. And then that comes over to your fun, personal, creative projects. There's a few things that happen to this. Big stress levels equals very small creativity levels. And small creativity levels also means very small motivation. And that combined creates more stress and quite a lot of anger. And then that anger swoops back around to work because you're like, well, I'm kind of angry at myself because I've got no work on and I've got no creativity and I've got no motivation, but I'm trying to spend time because I've got time creating things for myself, but then I feel guilty because I need to be working on trying to get some money in so I can pay my bills and reduce my stress levels. But because of that anger and that stress and that whole lack of motivation, you can't focus on work. So you get even less stuff done, which means that your money levels drop even more, which means that your stress levels increase, which then zaps your creativity even more and then subsequently reduces your motivation. And that just keeps going round and round and round and round and round and round. So this is just like a big old ball of angry shit that comes piling down on creatives' heads because coronavirus. So yeah, that's basically the vicious circle that has been going on in the minds of everyone that I know that's a creative at the moment. And I hope that kind of explains it quite well. And then in terms of burning out, I said that earlier, I feel like I am burning myself out big time. And the reason for that, I think, is because from the first lockdown, so from the day we first went into the first lockdown up until Christmas Eve, I don't think I took a single day off work. I was working 7 days a week, probably 10 hours a day, every single week. And because of Christmas, obviously you take time off to spend with family and just to do Christmas things like go shopping and you blah, blah, blah. You know Christmas. Christmas is a time for no work, apparently. So because I took that time off, I think all of this kind of build up of whatever came and just smacked me straight in the ass and sort of knocked me off my feet, as I think it did with a lot of people. And I think it didn't catch up with me while I was doing it because I got into a routine of like, get out of bed, go and do some work, do some more work, do some more work, eat, do some more work, do some more work, do some more work, walk the dog, go to bed. And that was like every single day for the better part of like 9 months. So I think I just kind of got into that routine and it didn't catch up with me until I took some time off. I took a week or so off over Christmas, and then when I came back at the beginning of January to try and do some work, I was kind of like a lost puppy. I didn't know what to do. I had no idea sort of like what I was going to plan, no creative ideas at all. And then all of a sudden, lockdown. And it just zapped it even more because no one needs any work doing. And I think stress levels rise, like I said, in that vicious circle. And you kind of just like burn out because you're like, well, there's just so much going on. So much has just caught up with me. I've taken time off. My brain's still in holiday mode. And there's all of this stuff coming in at one time and I don't know what to do. So as a consequence of that, I've been trying to find ways that work for me to try and overcome this stress and creative block and burnout as such. And a couple of the ways that I've found have worked for me, I don't know if they're going to work for you, but I'm going to explain anyway, just in case. The first way is don't feel guilty about the fact that you're trying to create stuff because you're a creative. What is there to feel guilty about? You can't work at the moment. There's nothing you can do about it. If you're a product photographer, then the brands aren't going to need any product photography because people haven't got enough money at the moment to be buying products, which means that those brands don't have enough money to be sparing for content creation and advertisement. And then if you're a portrait photographer, you can't do it because you can't have human contact at the moment because COVID. So don't feel guilty about the fact that you can't do your job when you're trying to do things that are still related to your job. So create things for yourself to keep that creative spark there and keep that motivation. Because for me, there's nothing more exciting than creating something for myself, uploading it to YouTube, uploading it to TikTok, uploading it to Instagram, and seeing it do well. Because as soon as you get that praise, it releases those endorphins in your brain. You're like, all right, I can do this. I'm on top of the world. And then you just keep going. It will just keep going into a good vicious circle, which isn't really a vicious circle, just a good old circle of happiness and creativity. And all your motivation will come back and you'll be like, right, back on top of the world, I can do it. So yeah, just don't feel guilty about creating for yourself. Keep creating what you love to do. Experiment with new things while you've got the time to. Maybe rebrand yourself. If you're a portrait photographer and you're going to be really struggling to get portrait stuff, practice product photography and rebrand yourself as a product photographer if that's something you're interested in, because I'm sure that soon when things start easing up, brands are going to start working with people again because they're going to want to start building the business back up and people are going to start working and it's all going to come back. So like learn new skills and then implement them into your brand and earn more money when you can. And then the second thing is something that I also used to feel guilty for, but I've kind of come to the realization that I don't need to feel guilty for it. And that's sitting and watching YouTube videos for hours. I mean, there's a limit, but like I used to sit here, I'm doing some work on my computer, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna have some lunch, watch a YouTube video. 3 hours later, I'd be like, oh damn, I haven't done any work for like 3 hours. But if you're watching videos, say photography videos or videography videos or editing videos, you can still count that as work because you're learning skills that ultimately are going to improve your skill set. And not only that, but you will also draw so much inspiration and motivation from watching these people from a year or 2 years or 3 years ago when there was no such thing as COVID and lockdown, where everyone was just having fun and social interaction and everyone was being creative. So watching all that will make you be like, all right, I can do it. And then it'll motivate you. Ow. Then it'll motivate you to go and create something, which then comes back to this big creative bubble of fun that you love doing, and just make it expand and get bigger. And then all your motivation will come back. And then this, going back to our vicious circle, this happiness and creativity and motivation will loop back around to work just in time for when you need it, and then you'll just smash it, make loads of money, reduce your stress levels, pay all your bills, buy yourself loads of new stuff, spend all the money in the world, and then create more fun stuff, and then keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until you got 1 million subscribers, which I don't have. But I hope to. That would be a dream. But that's basically like 2 of the ways that I've been building my motivation back, and it's basically just this week that I've kind of got all my motivation and creativity back. I've been making loads of new product stuff. I've got a couple of new brand deals that I need to work on because I've been creating for myself and I've been enjoying it, which, like I said, has looped back around to work and given me the motivation I need here to increase everything and work with new people and find new ways to make new partnerships and just build more work up and reduce my little stress levels. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Basically how everyone's been feeling. Like, I thought I was alone in it to start with because everyone else, obviously social media is a highlight reel. So everyone's still posting all these good things like from a year ago. I'm guilty of it. So I spoke to a few people, like I said, everyone's in the same boat. So I thought I'd just make this video so anyone that was like me 2 weeks ago that was kind of like, shit, I'm on my own in this, I feel like I'm just swamped in everything. No, you're not. Everyone's going through the same shit at the moment, and we're going to pull through it, and we'll all be better for it. So I hope this helped, I guess. If you did enjoy it and it did help and you're new here, do subscribe, be highly appreciated. Like the video, comment if you've got any ways that you've been finding help you deal with the stress and burning out and all that kind of stuff. It'd be interesting to see what everyone else does. So for future times that I burn myself out, I can try some of those things out too. Loads of new videos coming. Going to be trying to upload once every single week for hopefully the entire year, because I've got time, because we're in lockdown, so I've got no excuses. So videos will be coming weekly, fingers crossed, and we're just going to have fun. We're going to start vlogging when we can leave the house. We're going to be doing loads of tutorials. We got big things planned for the year, let's just put it that way. So I hope to see you very soon, and we're all in this together. High School Musical 2009, is it? Don't know. See you later.